NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090 32GB and RTX 5080 16GB specs uncovered, 5090 over 20K cores and 600 watts, 5080 over 10K cores and 400 watts. NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 5090 and RTX 5080, the next generation of GPUs from the Green Team for Gamer, have their specs revealed by Copite7Kimi. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090 and RTX 5080 GPUs to have a huge specs gap. According to rumored specs, NVIDIA is preparing its next generation GeForce RTX 50 Blackwell GPU lineup, which is expected to bring some big performance gains. So far, we have seen rumors regarding the GPU configurations, a list of possible SKUs, and the expected launch dates, but Copite7Kimi, one of the best leakers in the tech scene, has now revealed the specifications of the top two cards, the GeForce RTX 5090 and the GeForce RTX 5080. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090 graphics card. Starting with the details, we first have the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090, which is going to be the top GPU of the lineup. The graphics card is expected to feature the PG144/145SK30 PCB design, and that's going to incorporate the GB202-300A1 GPU core. The GPU will have 170 SIMs enabled out of the total 192 SIMs and will feature 21,760 cores instead of the total 24,576 cores. This marks an 11.4% reduction, which is slightly more than the -11.1% reduction of the RTX 4090 versus its full AD102 die. On the memory side, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090 is going to be a beast with 32GB of GDDR7 RAM capacity running across a 512-bit interface. The first generation of GDDR7 memory is likely to scale between 2832 Gbps, which would lead to 1.792 or 2.00 terabytes per second of total bandwidth. The card will also come with a 600 watts TBP rating, though it should be mentioned that the TBP value shouldn't be compared with actual real-world or gaming power consumption, as that ends up much lower. The leaker also states that despite the 600 watts design, the card will feature a 2-slot cooler in Founders Edition flavors. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 graphics card. Moving over to the second card, we have the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080. The RTX 5080 graphics card will be based on the PG144/147SK45 PCB and will incorporate the GB203-400A1 GPU die. This card will utilize the full GB203 GPU die with 84 SIMs and 10,752 cores, but that's a big -51% reduction compared to the RTX 5090. For comparison, the RTX 4090 and RTX 4080 had a -40% difference in the number of cores, so the overall performance is going to vary by a huge margin. Other than that, the RTX 5080 is also going to feature half the RAM configuration with a 16GB capacity running across a 256-bit bus interface while utilizing GDDR7 modules. We can expect the memory bandwidth anywhere between 896 GB per second and up to 1024 GB per second. The card will also be rated at 400 watts TBP, similar to the power configurations that were revealed a while ago. This will be a 25% increase in the power wall B. Once again, the real-world figures should be very different. Having such a huge difference between the 90 and 80 class graphics cards might not go in NVIDIA's favor, as we saw with the RTX 4080. The RTX 4080 was among one of the poorest values for an 80 class product, which was only slightly rectified with the launch of the Super variant. We can hope that the pricing of the 5080 will be much more reasonable than the $1,200 US MSRP last time, and even the RTX 4080 Super at $999 US is a tad bit more expensive than what we used to get in the past, so fingers crossed that we can get a 5080 GPU for under $1,000 US, but given with zero competition in the high-end space, the possibility of that happening are very little. While the specifications listed here might be possible, we should still be wary that early config can change a lot before the launch, as we have seen with previous launches. NVIDIA is said to have the final specs laid out, but we can't be 100% certain, and it's wise to wait for the official announcement from the Green team themselves. With the launch closing in for later this year or early next year, we can expect more information in a few months.